filming a new video here for YouTube. This is gonna be a video on WWE 2K23. Recently picked this game up. Well, it was bought for me. I haven't bought WWE 2K since 2K19 because, quite frankly, this series has been on a downward spiral, and after playing the latest game in the series, the downward spiral continues. This video's been a long time coming. I decided to make this video because it's an issue in the game that it has that not a lot of people are talking about. So I figured that I would add my voice to the few voices that are talking about it. Maybe I don't know if we can actually get 2K to kind of get off their ass and do something. There's a pretty good chance they won't because they don't fix it. They just kind of throw their shit out there. It doesn't work, and then they just ignore it, which has been 2K's kind of game plan ever since 2K20. I mean, that game's still broken. So, yeah, this studio doesn't really care at all about their fans or wrestling games in general. They're literally just out there to make $1, and that's it. But I'm just gonna put this issue out there. At least try to give people a warning so they know not to pick this game up. Like, if you're spending your money, this game is pretty expensive. It's $70 if you will get it on current gen, $60 on last gen, and then there's other editions that are like up to $100. I unfortunately, I have the $100 version. I have the deluxe edition. Like I said, it was purchased for me. I didn't buy it, but I do feel bad for the person who bought it for me because of how bad the game is. So I'm gonna start up a match here, and you're gonna see in a minute what it is I'm talking about. When it comes to video game glitches, one of the things about video game glitches is they can be hard to nail down because they're hard to reproduce. So it's hard to understand the factors that cause a glitch in a video game. So that's something that kind of makes it more difficult for you to understand how the glitch is happening, which makes it more difficult for the developer to figure out, how to fix the glitch. But then you have certain glitches or bugs, right, that are easily repeatable. They're very easy to reproduce. Bugs like those normally get squashed in Q&A, right? Like if it's a glitch that happens in your game through normal gameplay where you don't have to do anything extraneous in order to cause it to happen, that's something that's usually fixed within Q&A before the game even launches. Those bugs don't normally seep through to retail. So what I'm going to be showing you here is one of those bugs. Those easily to reproduce bugs that can very much ruin the game. It's essentially game breaking. That's what it is. It's essentially game breaking bug. It's very easy to reproduce and pretty much occurs in every match you play, no matter what it is you do. So I'm gonna be recording this video here, and we're gonna go over exactly what the bug is. So I'm playing as Brock Lesnar, and I'm fighting John Cena. It doesn't really matter who you play as. Any superstar you pick, doesn't matter. Any mode. I realized that at first I thought maybe it was only affecting the showcase mode, but I realized no, it doesn't matter which mode you play. It's literally just the game, and that's how you know that this game wasn't properly QA tested. Likely it would have taken too much time and money, so 2K decided not to do that. So here we are. It's Brock Lesnar versus John Cena. We're just in a regular singles match. Nothing special here. So I'm gonna fight John Cena a bit, but I'm also gonna let him get over on me a lot and let him build up to his finisher or signature move. And after that point, you'll be able to better kind of understand exactly what's going on. I'm not gonna let him pin me, but I'm gonna let him kind of get an advantage. Let me see here. I want to see if I can turn off. I want to turn off the commentary. No, I guess I can't. Can I turn off the commentary? It's just they're talking really loud, and I'm also trying to talk, and I can't hear myself talk with them being so loud. I guess I can't turn it off here, because that would have made sense, and 2K doesn't do things like that. That makes sense. So yeah, I'm not going to counter stuff. I'm just going to kind of let John Cena build up his signature. Although it's kind of weird. Another thing that doesn't make sense in this game, it seems like beating up John Cena would actually make him build signature more than him beating me up, which doesn't make any sense. But yeah. So you see him building up like a small amounts of signature, but I'm building up a lot of signature, getting beat up. So let me kind of whoop his ass. And that's another thing that's annoying about this glitch, right? Because the way in which this glitch works, it requires your opponent to get a finisher or signature, and in order for the glitch to actually take place and happen. But most of the time in the game, I'm just like absolutely dominating the AI, right? Like they're just beating the heck out of them, so they don't really get a chance to do anything to me. And I'm thinking, okay, so long as I beat them up enough, they shouldn't get any offense, and therefore shouldn't have any signature or finisher. But unfortunately, somehow they gain signature and finisher by me beating them up, which makes no sense at all, right? Like that. Like, how are they gaining the meter required to get a signature or a finisher when I'm beating the heck out of them? That doesn't make any sense. So, but yeah, that's essentially how the game works, which is, I mean, that's also pretty dumb, but that's not the main issue here. So, as you can see, I'm beating the heck out of John Cena, and his finisher is slowly accumulating. I would let him fight, but I feel like, I don't know, it looks like it's going down now. It's actually kind of weird. Let's see. Let him hit this move. Should have just started with finishers. That would have actually been more helpful, but we'll let Cena get in some shots. He won't beat me. Well, at least not before the glitch happens. So I'm just going to let him... I think, okay, yeah, he has, here we go. So he has his comeback, so this is even better. So after doing his comeback, he should automatically get his signature. And then from there, you'll see what the issue is. So I'm knocked out and stunned here. He's going to do his 5-knuckle shuffle signature. And sometimes it happens on signature, sometimes it happens on finisher. It just depends on, I don't know what it depends on, honestly. The game is just stupid. And he pins me, and there we go. Here we go. So this is the glitch. The glitch has happened now. So right now, the screen is completely pitch black, and I can't see anything. Ironic, considering that the cover star of this year's game is John Cena. He's the main focus, and I'm fighting John Cena. But yes, so this glitch occurs literally every time you're fighting any AI opponent, and they hit a signature or finisher on you. At any point in time they do that, you automatically, the screen will automatically go black. The match is still taking place in the background. As you can hear, like the announcer's still talking. I'm still fighting. I'm just pressing random buttons. You can see the UI, so I can see the UI elements on the game, but I can't tell what's going on, like who's where. I don't know if I'm on the ground or what. Now, one thing is interesting, if you pause the game and go to highlight reel, when you click highlight reel, you can actually see what's happening. So you can see, like, I'm beating John Cena the heck up, even though I can't see. I'm pressing all the buttons and just beating the heck out of him. And then John Cena reversed me here. It looks like John Cena is now in control, and I reversed him off over the ropes, so now John Cena is outside of the ring. But actually, in game, I can't tell where John Cena is. I can't tell anything because it's pitch black, like the screen. And this literally happens in every match, every mode, no matter what. The only time I haven't encountered this yet is online, but that's only because the online mode is so broken that I've never been able to play an entire online match to end without it disconnecting first. And it's not my internet, it's not my friend's internet. We have good internet. The game just literally glitches, and it'll either glitch and crash me back to the dashboard, or it'll glitch and send up an error message saying that an error has occurred, all players have been replaced with AI. That happens literally all the time, every time in this game. I'm telling you, the networking in this game is worse than the PS2 era WWE games. It is absolutely trash. The online does not work. 99% of the time. I've never completed an online match in this game. That's how bad it is. But beyond that, the creation mode, like the community creations, that's also a hit and miss. Sometimes you can go into community creations and download creations like you want to. Other times, it infinitely loads and never actually allows you to load up the community creations to download it. So this game from top to bottom is an absolute mess. It's as bad as 2K20, if not worse. And like I said, this is completely unplayable. This happens in every match. At any point in time that your opponent is able to hit a signature or finisher, like right after they do it, the screen goes black. Maybe it'll like, you know, it won't happen immediately afterwards, but as soon as they pin you, the screen goes black. Either way, the screen will go black and then you will be unable to see. And then like this, obviously it's much harder to finish the match. And technically I could probably beat John Cena. Like I'm willing to bet, even with the screen black like this, I can figure out how to beat John Cena. I'm pretty sure I just beat him right now. 1, 2. Oh wow, he kicked out. But I'm pretty sure that I'm beating him. Like I can't see what's happening, but like I know enough about how to play this game to know how to do it, even while not seeing, which is retarded. But it's gotten to this point where I've encountered this so much that I've literally had to go through this enough to where I know how to do it without being able to see. But it's stupid because I want to play the match. I want to actually see what it is that I'm doing. I want to have fun and play the game. But I can't do that because I can't even see. I can't even see my fucking character. I can't see what's happening. So, you know, this is absolutely unacceptable. So there goes. I beat Brock Lesnar. I beat John Cena. I won the match despite not being able to see anything. Now, this is absolutely unacceptable, right? Like, this is ridiculous. There's absolutely no reason on God's green earth that this should be allowed. Like this should, like, I don't understand how this is allowed to happen, you know? It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So, here we go. I'm going to go look at the highlight reel real quick to try to see if I can't see what it was, how that ending in the match was. And wow, I can't even actually, it's not letting me do it. Wow, that's genius. That's absolutely wonderful. So I can't see what happened at the end of that match. It's literally like busted. But yeah, so that's the glitch. I have been referring to it as the black screen glitch. You can search this glitch up on YouTube. There's only one other creator I know of who has so far uploaded anything about this glitch. I'm sure more people have encountered it, but like I was completely, after experiencing this glitch and being so pissed off, I was completely and utterly defeated. I didn't even care to talk about this. I was so angry about it, like I just kind of gave up as a whole. But after seeing his video and just seeing like him being the only one to put this out there, I decided to make a video on this because this glitch is, like I said, it's very prevalent. It happens often, and I'm on the PlayStation 5 platform, so I'm playing on PS5. But from what I know, it apparently also happens on Xbox. It can even happen on PC. Like, it doesn't matter what platform you play on. And apparently it was also in 2K22, which the fact that this glitch carried over from last year's game pretty much just tells you how much of a damn 2K and Visual Concepts actually cares about these games. They don't care at all. They literally just shit these games out every year in order to try to make money off of people who don't know any better, who are just unaware, and they don't care. They know that as a video game, you can't refund it after you open it, but you have no way of knowing if it's broken unless you open it. They're hoping that you bought it digitally because they know for a fact Sony will not refund you unless, lawsuits start to get threatened. That's the only way that Sony would reverse that policy. We saw with Cyberpunk 2077. Sony was quick to reverse that policy when they thought they were going to get sued, and they pulled the game from sale. And I think that's something something that has to happen with 2K. But for whatever reason, the 2K series is always allowed to slide under the radar. You remember when 2K20 came out, it was the same year that Cyberpunk came out, right? And Cyberpunk was trash, and everyone was trashing it. But 2K20 was also trash, and it was just as broken. But somehow, 2K20 didn't get pulled off the store. Like, the developers of 2K20 didn't have to come out and make an apology. They were able to slide under the radar and release a trash, broken game, and they have been releasing a trash, broken game since that point. And they're just allowed to get away with it. So more people need to step up and speak out about how terrible these WWE 2K games. Maybe it gets back to the WWE. Maybe they understand that we as gamers who enjoy their products are being delivered a shit product by a terrible developer, and they yank that license away from 2K, and we get someone else who actually cares about the product and wants to develop a game that is actually going to work on some level. Because 2K has had this series for a number of years now, and it has been an absolute train wreck for a while, and it's a joke. Like, Ukes left the series right before 2K20. The last game that they developed fully was 2K19, which was the pinnacle of the series at that point. Ukes left for whatever reason. I guess they got tired of dealing with 2K, the publisher, and they took off and they decided to go do something else. And Visual Concepts has taken over ever since 2K19. They started with 2K20. That game was an absolute train wreck. 2K22 came back, and it was like all the gaming journalists like IGN and GameSpot and Gaming Bolt, they said this was the resurgence of the wrestling game, resurgence of the 2K series is better than it was before, and it was back. It's obvious that those people had to have been paid off. There's no way that they could play these glitchy, broken games and claim that this was good. I don't believe it. You can't trust these game journalists. I say that with air quotes because they're not telling the truth. They're being facetious. They're deceitful. They get paid to make good reviews and to put these games in better light. And it's not a good game. It's broken. It's an absolute broken game. So I implore you, don't purchase this product. Don't. If you know anyone who's looking to purchase this product, tell them don't do it. Like, it is a waste of money. You maybe send emails to 2K letting them know how displeased you are with their lack of skill when it comes to developing these games. I mean, I don't know I honestly don't know why they're allowed to create these games over and over again. Ever since the fall of THQ years ago, the 2K series has been limping along with 2K in control, and this is just like ever since, like, once Ukes left, that was literally the final nail in the coffin. This series has been an absolute bastardized mess ever since then. It's a total mess, and it's going to continue to be a mess so long as 2K is at the helm. The developers behind this game, all I can say is you need to go back to DeVry University and get a refund for that degree you got, because you obviously have no idea what the hell it is you're doing. I can't believe that you are a game developer with this piss poor quality. I mean, this is terrible. This is absolutely terrible. It's unacceptable, and people shouldn't accept it anymore. They should be pissed, and they should be hitting back at these studios. I hope to see more people put out videos of their experiences with 2K, their glitch compilations, or whatever the case may be, and hopefully maybe we can start a movement and get this company off of the WWE games, because it's sad. Like, this is the only wrestling game we have, right? The other wrestling games that are being worked on, the AEW game, I think Wrestling Basement is another one that they're working on. There are some other wrestling games that are being worked on, but they're not done yet. They've been in development for quite a while. The only AAA wrestling game that comes out on a yearly basis is 2K, and it's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. Maybe they should spend less time on the money-grubbing My Faction mode that literally no one plays, and actually spend that time working on, making sure the rest of the game, the parts that people do play, actually work. I've literally never played the My Faction mode since it was added into the game, because microtransactions can kiss my ass. So I have no interest in some card battler microtransaction filled mess. Like I'm not interested in that mode at all. So yeah, I would very much like to see someone else developing the series. That's pretty much all I can say at this point. Like I don't think there's any redemption arc for the developers over there at 2K. I just don't see them ever being able to get their shit together and put together a wrestling game that's competent. Like I said, the online mode in this game is piss poor. Like I haven't seen like internet connectivity this poor since the PS2 era of wrestling games. Like I had better experiences. I've completed full matches in SmackDown vs. Raw and SmackDown vs. Raw 2006 on the PS2. This is 2023. We're on the PlayStation 5, and I can't even get into an online match, or let alone finish one, because there's just so many different errors and glitches. This game's an absolute travesty. They take whole features out from the previous year and then bring them back the next year, cut down and try to claim that they're brand new and ooh and ah. It's like, look, we completely gutted the detailed creative entrance mode in 2K22, but we brought it back this year. It's back in the game. Praise us. But yet it's half-assed, and you don't even have as much options as you did prior. None of the animations flow together. There are no previews for Pyre. Like there's just so much wrong with this game. But I'm starting to ramble, so I'm just gonna leave it with do not purchase 2K23. Absolutely, if you're on the fence, if you're considering it, if you're thinking about it, if you're thinking about buying it for someone else, don't do it. It's a waste of money. You will regret it. Do not buy this game. So that's the video. You guys have a good day and goodbye.